All right, we're here at the Ely Callaway Performance Center, and I'm here with my good friend Josh Kelly.
What's
back,
up, buddy?
back on the range again. We're gonna be talking about Elyte. So you've had this for a little bit, like you've had enough time to maneuver it around. So give me the first impressions, like what you've seen, what you like, what you hate. Give me the whole scoop.
Yeah, well, I've played 2 full rounds with it so far. First of all, I love the way it looks at a dress, especially the triple diamond for me. I just love the way the finish looks. It's nice and clean. Love the way it sounds.
Yeah, sound is incredible.
And, you know, for me, my biggest trouble is hitting fairways. So I played 2 rounds with it so far, and I've hit, honestly, more fairways than I've had in a long time.
Okay.
So it's really about confidence for me. So I'm seeing a little more club head speed, a little more ball speed, but the main thing for me is I hit it far enough, I just need to hit fairways.
So you've lofted up a little bit. You've gone from, I think, with the one that I fitted into last time was a 9-degree driver, I think, and it looks like you've gone to 10.5. So what I want to do is I want to see you hit a few, call out, tell me like what you're seeing. I want to find out where the window is because obviously you're a good player and you want to hit the same kind of shot all the time.
Yeah, so I like to see it cut. I went to the 10.5 just because I wasn't spinning it enough.
Yeah.
At the 9, I was kind of knuckling it, and I still have a problem with spinning it a little low.
Okay. Is that more of a product of just the kind of cut you're trying to hit, or is that more like just not enough loft, not enough?
I don't know if it's my golf swing, or because it doesn't really matter what club I have in my hand. It just I seem to spin it low.
Okay, so there's a couple different ways to look at this. So like, you know, there's a lot of players out there. I'm sure that a lot of people hit cuts. There's kind of 2 different ways to manage a cut. You either try to hit like the Rombo no spin cutter, which launches at like 13, and you know, it's more like just kind of a screw you ball, like it just goes out there forever. And then there's the manageable one, which I would always call like the really efficient one, which is like launches in a good window, but it has plenty of spin to keep it in the air, get it to curve a little bit, so you can sit there, aim down the left, hit it, and you know it's going to spin back to the right. So let me see what kind of cuts you're hitting. When you hit one that fits your eye, let me know what it is, and I'll look at the numbers and I'll see if I can either find a way to make sure the driver does that every time. Yeah. And the only way to really find that out is to see your good ones, and honestly, it's to see your bad ones. I want to see what the bad ones do.
Yeah, I'm a little tight here, so
you're only going to swing at 130
see what
today?
happens. Yeah, no, I'm usually around the 116, 120.
Yeah, you're a working man like I am.
Exactly.
If I get it to 112, I'm
and I think
feeling awesome.
I like to draw my irons, but one of the reasons why I hit a cut with the driver is because of how low I spin it. Like I can't hit a draw with that spin, with those low numbers.
Well, the cool thing is the way that the golf technology is these days, if you are a cutter with a driver and a drawer with the irons, it actually dials in your path a little bit better, because for a cut, you know, obviously you have to stay on top of it with the driver and kind of get the path going that way. And with your irons, you kind of want that path to hit a draw and straight, right? Okay.
So that was heely, so that obviously cut.
That's fine. We're gonna just hit a few to get warm. And when you guys are at PGA Tour Superstore and your fittings, you know, it's like everybody's trying to hit the perfect one. Hit one that's kind of like 80% and call it out. And the one that you know you can repeat, that's kind of the shot that we're working towards.
Yeah, that's nice.
That was a good one? Okay.
And I got to say, that's slightly on the toe side.
Yep. So it's basically 11 launch, 2,700 spin. Okay, just keep cooking out. Have you hit a few more. That was a good one there.
Yeah, I love that flight right there.
That sounded good.
And I'm swinging at probably about 90%.
Yep, that was a little bit more efficient. Okay, hit one more for me. You know, your golf swing hasn't changed that much, but you're a little bit more on top of it than the last time we were doing these fittings. You used to hit way up on it. Now it seems like your angle of attack's a little bit more down.
Right. That's probably helping with that spin number, because that's
100%.
That's definitely the higher spin that I've seen for sure.
Okay.
That's still pretty good. I see it cutting back a little bit.
See, those are great numbers. 172, 10 launch at 2,500 spin. If you do that, like if it was me and Rombo out here, and I showed him that, and he did it 5 times in a row, we're done.
No, 100%. I love those numbers. I mean, and the good news is those last 3 were all in the fairway, which is huge for me, and they're cutting slightly.
I want to try something though.
Okay.
I don't love the shaft, and the reason why is like great shaft denali, but it's what I would call like a pretty boardy profile. So
what do you mean by boardy?
Boardy means stiff. It's kind of stiff throughout. It's got a stiff handle, a very stiff tip, which means that you have to work a little bit harder you're a feel play, like you're a feel, like I can hand you a broom and you'll kind of make it sing, right? Like, and I always felt like when in the first fitting I always want to give you some softness somewhere in the shaft so you can feel it kick, you can react to it a little bit. This isn't going to move a lot.
Gotcha.
So you're having to, on an early morning round, if you're not quite ripe, you're going to have to really like work hard to get this thing to do what you want it to do.
Yep.
So, like you got kids, you're playing a lot of your golf in the morning, early, right, on the East Coast.
Yep.
So
nice and cold out there too.
Right. So I just want to see what this does. This is a new shaft that we have in the Matrix. It's Aretera. Really good shaft. And the story of the shaft is very stable up here, very stable here, but really, really, I don't want to say really soft in the middle, but
softer.
It's playable in the middle. So you're going to feel it kick. It's going to give you some feel. I just want to see what this does.
It should help the spin too, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is kind of where I'm going.
Yeah, I haven't seen the shaft. I mean, it looks.
It's new. It's like
nice.
It's super new. Okay.
All right, cool. Thank you.
That same weight, same stiffness. So it's like 71 grams.
Okay.
Extra stiff shaft.
Yeah, I already feel that. Like you're talking about, a little bit softer.
I'm always gonna I always want to find shafts that are gonna give you a little bit of feel somewhere. Sounded good.
They all sound good with this driver, Johnny.
Okay, let me see that thing real quick. Got one more adjustment I want to make.
173 ball speed.
Yep.
Solid. But
10 launch, it spins a little high.
It spins high, which is a good sign for me.
So we're gonna do one last thing, and I think this is gonna get us right where we want to be.
What are you doing here?
Not gonna tell you.
Do you not want to tell me?
No.
Okay, I like it. Probably for the
No,
best.
because I'll tell you, and then you'll get in your head and you'll start reacting, and I just want you to hit it.
That's a good call. I like where your head's at.
There you go.
Cute. That was Ely.
Yep. Okay, hit a couple more.
Bottom of the face.
Bottom of the face?
Yep.
Okay.
But again, down the middle.
Sounded solid.
Bottom of the face again, slightly.
Okay. Ball speed's pretty consistent. You've been 173, 172, 171.
Yeah, that's usually where I live, around the 170. I'm not the longest hitter in the world, but I'm also not the shortest.
Yep.
That was hit hard.
Good.
That was hit really hard.
So that I would say would be your nuke.
Yeah.
175, 10 launch at 2100 spin. Okay, so now I want you to T1 lower.
Is 2100 spin, is that too low?
At 10 launch, it's a little low, but there's a couple of things I could do with the weight, because right now we're working with two extreme weights. We have a 2 and a 14.
Right.
So what I would do is I would balance out the weighting of the head. So I would go, instead of 10 and 14 and 2, I would go 6 and 10.
Really?
To get this, just to dial in the head a little bit more. We don't have all those weights here right now, but that's why I'm not concerned about this number. That's easily fixable with the weights, because I know I have an extreme part. There's some extremities in this driver already.
I really like the way this shaft feels though. I mean, they're all just right down the middle though.
So 11 launch at 1900 spin, 174 ball speed. So the only thing we have to fix is the only thing literally I would do is I would just neutralize the weights a little bit. I like this shaft for you.
I love the way the shaft.
Do you want to try and go lighter? Do you want to try and go to a 60 gram shaft? That's a 70 gram. Do you want to try something lighter?
I think we try it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit one more, just because I really like this. Oh my goodness! It's gracious alive, Johnny.
Yeah, it's like we're already in a good spot. The only thing I would really do to that driver, Josh, is I would either go to a 9-degree head and put it at +1, right? Because there's two different ways to get to the right loft. Is either put a 10.5 and -1, or go 9 and go to +1. And I would probably neutralize the weighting a little bit. But I'm looking at your dispersion and I'm looking at your spin, like in especially your ball speed numbers. The last 5 shots you've hit above 170, 172, 173, 171, 172. You miss hit a couple of them, so the ball speed's still staying up there. So I know the driver's sound. Like I know we're like 90% of the way there. Now it's just dialing in a couple things. But I think, we'll send you out one of those shafts.
I would say I don't even want to try this 60 because this feels so good.
Yeah, and you're used to 70, you're used to heavier.
Yeah, I'm used to heavier, but it feels lighter because of the softness in the middle.
Yeah, so I think like the new setup for you would be probably 10.5 at -1 with that shaft and just neutralize the weights. So instead of going 2 and 14, I'd probably go 6 and 10, just make them a little bit more balanced.
And so the 14 in the back, when I balance them out, what does that do to the spin numbers?
It's gonna, right now it's in an extreme spin position. I mean, it's gonna really make the spin go up a lot, right?
Right.
So a couple different ways to do that. It depends on where you're hitting it on the face. Like this would be a 3-hour video, but I would try like a 9-degree head.
Yeah.
Because essentially it's the face angle that's gonna dictate where on the face you're gonna hit it. So like if you're constantly catching it out of here and the spin numbers are low, I'd wanna find a driver that's gonna move your strike point a little bit further to the middle. It's gonna make your spin window a little tighter, right? It's a way longer conversation, but if I had to send you off right now with this driver, I would literally take the weights. Instead of 14 and 2, I would put 10 in the back and 6 up front and just let you go play golf.
Well, I saw you do is you didn't tell me, but it looks like you went to -1, so it's
and I made it upright.
9.5, and it's D, so it's a little more upright. And I think so the D makes it a little more upright. For me, all of my irons are upright.
Right, and I know that because you had your driver before when you're hitting it was a neutral stand. It was like you don't need flat, you need up.
Right. So at impact, my club head is like this.
Theoretically,
it's toe down a lot.
Right.
So I think that helps a lot. I mean, honestly, like I said, I just hit the fairway with almost every shot. So
yeah. So like you're always gonna like I could hand you a driver that's really wrong and you're a good enough player to react. Most good players can react to make a club work. I don't want you to have to make it work. That's why I changed the shaft on you. I want to make sure I give you enough loft. So your bad shots, if your bad shots are a little higher in spin, fine.
Yeah.
What I don't want is your bad shots to be way low in spin.
Right.
Because then all of a sudden, because you'll react, then you're making adjustments on the golf course to keep the ball in the air to get it online. Then then you got problems. Yeah. Right. So I guess the word to the wise for the people out there that are watching this video, you can never go wrong with too much spin. It's like spin is your friend. It's what keeps it keeps the ball in your hand. It's control. Most important with the driver, more than anything. Like you have to make sure the spin window on your driver is really, really tight. That's what we worked on with Josh like over the last couple of years is just making sure spins in a good spot. So I'll get you one with some neutral weighting, and I think you'll be off to the races.
Dude, thanks so much, man.
Yeah, man.
I love this thing.
You got it. Absolutely.
The Elyte is sick. Like I said, for me, it's just I stand over this thing. I like the way it looks, like the way it sounds, and it just gives me a lot more confidence, which is what I need.
And he hammers it, so that helps. Makes him feel good. It's Johnny and Josh from the range at ECPC. We're out of here.
Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate it, buddy.